3-point lead in the standings for the Legion. Advantage now being played for them.
That's basically a free play.
Meeks, hit, bounces off, ball down on the floor, and Davey Kutzer there with a touch, and we'll reset here.
First scrum of the night. California is 100% from their own feed, 47 of 47. Excellent platform to attack from here.
Dangerous in this set piece are the Legion. Bertrand, so experienced, back of the year in this league last year. He gets it back into his hands. Here he goes, stretching, trying to reach, and he gets home. Rogan's got the arm in the air, and Gonzalo Bertrand gets home for his 5th try of the season. California on top, 5-0.
Well, who else is it going to be? Of course, that man himself, Bertrand, just taking control. But look at the dominance here from the Legion pack, just in control, and then just an easy feed. Bertrand still has to do plenty of work, but finds that seam between the two Seawolves defenders. Here's another great look, and just bring up the level of play around yourself.
So scrum here, double knock on. California, the put in, Bertrand. Seattle looking for a turnover here. Now California driving, pushing ahead. Nick Chan with a carry. Big push, big drive. Bertrand clean in there, gets it free at the base.
Mate, you're clearly on the floor and you've batted it back.
But he did it illegally.
Cynical.
Oh, and immediately goes into the pocket. Timpson just in disbelief there. And that is huge for Seattle.
Week 11, match 30 of the year means so much, Bree.
Yeah, good shot of the scrum there. I think that just kind of illustrates what everything means tonight and what it means for next week.
A beautiful game on display, and there's a tough carry from California. Ryan made the tackle. He's their top tackler, one of the tops in this league. California trying to get some clearance, get out of their own 22. Mono's out there. Joe Mono lays it back. Bertrand quickly moves on.
Move one.
In the hands of Michael Scott.
It stops Seattle then going to get their line speed, because you've got to play through teams here more than around with the lack of width.
Great stuff, Corbs. Bree. They need 4-0 or 5-1. Those combinations would work for them. Or just get full boat.
There you go. But right now they're just swallowing the California attack. And their efficiency in the opposition 22, that's what they struggled with in week 4 against the Legion. They really had a hard time with that. They had 11 visits in week 4 to that 22, and they only had 4 tries. It's a low conversion rate, but this time, it's a totally different turn.
California side, as we've told you, they can flip the switch in a hurry. There's a big, tough physical carry from their captain, Jason Dom. Now we're seeing in the match Cash Malawia wearing 22, football background. He's got electric feet. Awkward collision there, and yet to get up is Crimp, now just getting up, the fullback 15 there, trotting back to the back of that back line. Now Billy Meeks. Meeks out over the top, drops it right in the bucket. Malawia, little goose step. The big man using some power now. Here comes the Legion. Ball offloaded there. The hands of Thama now spun free to Meeks. Meeks inside. There goes Timpson. And Timpson, who was in the bin a few minutes ago, but now he's in the try zone of the Legion. Snap one back just like that.
Well, it seemed like that just came out of nowhere. Ed Timpson, coming off of the yellow card, comes back and strikes. California very happy to have them back this week. They weren't sure if they were going to be healthy enough, but boy, they have such an impact.
There's Mill, and he'll tack on the 2-point conversion. Alan Clark, Seattle in the playoffs every year. They've been to, in the franchise history, as Meeks chases this one down 4 times, 2-2 in the final. Alan Clark not around for the first 2. Here's a ball to the edge now. Here comes Joey Mono. He's dangerous. Mono. Here they come. Over halfway. Dan Creel had that head wrapped up in the first half, but he tried it. Some blood coming out over his left eye. Head wrap gone. Seattle. It's going to be a penalty here going against Seattle. So here comes that rapid pace that California and Bertrand want to play at. Quick restart.
Move,
Here's
13.
Timpson.
Let go,
Timpson
let go,
with a
let go.
yellow in the first half. Now work to the left edge. Williams.
But right now, California scrum.
Fine.
Can they retain this put?
Set.
The beautiful game. Bertranu. Now Meeks. With that speed up the right side of the pitch. Laid back. Bertranu.
No, well done.
On to Thama. To the floor he went. Back into the hands of Billy Meeks. Now Sugars. Ben Sugars.
No, feet. Off the feet.
Experience overseas. Played with Ed Timpson overseas in Australia before they both made their way to Southern California last year to join this league. Rogan the arm in the air. Call against Seattle. Here's Bertranu trying to run that fast break offense they've got. Meeks lost it, but he knocked it on.
You can see Peterson.
Yeah.
Just really tough for the Legion. They've been having some lack of luck, I would say.
He's in a good position to make a clean out here, and 6 has come up late, which has changed the height. Agreed? Are you seeing anything different?
When the hand gets stuck on 12.
Yeah, so there's no foul play on.
They took care of business yesterday. That's as it stands. Big turnover right there.
There's Dewey Kutza near the line again. Scored last week. Here comes Seattle. They are sniffing. They're smelling the blood in the water. Lost by 7 back in week 4 at UCLA. Home match for California. Ball knocked on here in California. If they're going to make something happen, they've got to start right here. Let's look back here first, though, Brady.
Yeah, well, huge response from California. I mean, you can't see where the ball is. Right there, there's a hand, a California hand underneath that ball, and that's what California had to do in that moment. Another try against them in that one, that would have been, I think, the dagger, Ben.
Yep, I agree with you 100%.
I can't say anything, you can't say
agree with
anything
this. They get one here, they give themselves a chance. They've got to score here,
They
right?
have to score here.
Time's a factor.
And what's been jarring to me, they have had 22% possession in this half. They have only, territory, the stat has been 9%.
Wow.
Territory meaning how much they have been in the opposition half. 9% of this half.
Well, Seattle in control now.
Set.
Taz Smith now in as the 9 here for the Legion. Comes free and comes out. Here they come. There's Malawia. Malawia offloads into the hands of Joey Mano. Joey Mano. Get him down around the ankles. Tackle made down there by Vavau. He's the player that came in to replace the captain of Seattle, Riekert Hatting. Smith works it free. California averaged 5 tries a match, just 2 here tonight. And they both come in the first half and shut out to this point in half number 2. Here's Timpson. Timpson, he's so good. Those post-contact meters you mentioned, Bree. Another big carry there from him. Here's Captain Jason Dom. Dom up there in terms of carries. Came in 5th in the league into the weekend with over 90, 92 to be exact. Smith. Milne getting in there, trying to help on the push. Chan as well. Seattle trying to win that. Smith comes out of there with it. Legion. So Bertranu still on. He's working as the 10 here with Taz Smith at the 9.
Wait, no.
Smith wearing 21, playing the 9. There's Bertranu 9, playing the 10.
Yeah, we talked about this with Hoyles earlier this week. To be able to bring someone on like Taz Smith, who has been
set.
The beautiful game. Taz Smith to put in. Taz Smith out with it. Outside, Bertranu. Bertranu stood up. Warner. The 2 men that started the match at scrum half, meeting head-to-head. Big, heavy run here, but a big tackle there from Peterson on Tafatea. Here comes California. Lance Williams puts his shoulder down. He drives Warner about 4 meters back.
No.
Another massive collision there.
It's your own man.
Peterson in
It's your
there
own man.
delivering the blow. The tight head prop number 3. Legion again. It's like Kenny Nasagenge in there. Dom turns, spins it on. Milne thought about it. Milne splits through. Kobe Milne. Milne looking to go to Smith, and he dropped it. He couldn't really get it.
And gaining a deeper understanding with sevens, of course, so much more spatial awareness, so much more reading of the field and developing your IQ there. So really cool to hear Ryan credit his development of his attack to the sevens work he's done.
Yeah, I asked him, I said, what are the 2 biggest areas of improvement in your game? And you know how athletes are. You were competitive one at one time. You don't like talking about yourself. But he said, my carrying is better, my defensive work and breakdowns and rucks, and it's pretty evident. We've seen him the last 2 weeks up close, and his game is really, really up.
At least getting more reps here.
Yeah, and the first thing this one's picked up by Dewey Kutz on the bounce. That when I talked to Jason last night, I said, what's the biggest key? He said, we got to match their physicality. I don't think they did that. I'm sure he would agree tonight.
Yeah, I mean, they did for the first 15, 20 minutes or so of this match, but that's really slipped off. And Seattle, you know, you talk about the famed seawall defense. They really came out to play. And they just couldn't, California just couldn't find answers, didn't ask enough questions. But right now here, a nice little break from Lepetti.
Lepetti looking for some support. Didn't get any. He just kept it, took it down to the floor. Meeks thought about it, tries to split around the defender there. That's Khaleesi Moley. Now Milne worked it back. Smith knew there was pressure coming, tried to one-touch it on, and they go backwards about 10 meters. That's Afate in there. The big man. Fleet-footed big man. Nasagenge spins it back. Bertranu on the hop. Gathered in back there by Milne. There's a loose boot down. Here's Malawia. He's got that speed I mentioned. That power on cue. Runs over the Seattle defender there. Absolutely steamrolled him like a cartoon character. Here's Billy Meeks now. They're close.
15 away.
They are awful close here, but Seattle in there, and I think they're going to get carded.
No clear release. Cynical.
See you later.
Yep.
There he goes.
Quick restart, Malawia. You hear the body, the collisions, the breathing, the grunting, the groaning, the physicality. All's available, trying to pull that out of there was Herbst, and the arms in the air, and California able to get it down here in the 79th minute.
Time's off.
And Tavai gets into the scoring
Number
act 3.
5. You're offside, cynical. Another one.
See another one go into the bin, but Justice Tavai
now it's on. Now
gets that first try for California in this half. Third try of the match for the Legion, but just out physicals that Seawall defense.
They have a minute, mate.
Taz Smith back there. They got to go a long way in a short amount of time. Less than 90 seconds to go. 33-19.